not in vain. And I may need y'all to comfort me and my babies through this pain. Jamar, David Champ, I will carry your last name. It will never change until the day we meet again. Before we were lovers.
The lies always gonna look true until the truth is really exposed. You know that? My granny told me that for real. She told me one thing: when you tell a lie, you gotta keep lying, you gotta keep lying, you gotta keep lying. Until then, the people really believe every lie you done told until they come back and ask you about your first lie, and you done told like 100 of them motherfuckers. You can't even remember what you said because you lying.
Y'all, ever since Masika Kalysha turned the funeral for her late estranged husband Jamar Champ into her very own PR campaign and photo shoot, people have been dragging her hard. But little did everyone know that this was just the beginning, because less than a few days after she did that viral photo shoot at the funeral, Masika was already in the arms of a new man, and it was none other than Chrisean's ex, HoodTrophy Bino. The word is that Bino and Masika's relationship isn't exactly something new, and Bino might have been one of the reasons why Jamar and Masika were always falling out so much. So now that Jamar is no longer in the picture, Masika feels like there's no reason why she should keep hiding her man.
What?
We gonna be in San Diego tonight. Me and Bay. Yes, sir.
This story has got everyone spiraling, so we're gonna break it down right now. If y'all don't know who Masika is, she's one of those people that you can call an OG, and you could also find her on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. She, of course, dated around until she and Jamar Champ ended up getting married in 2021. They had their daughter, Amari, in 2022, and things seemed to be going pretty well for the couple until they announced that they were separated in 2023 and were working things out. Unfortunately, before they could either get back together fully or go their separate ways, Jamar passed away after a BMW collided head-on with his Tesla Cybertruck, and by the time Champ was taken to the hospital, he was pronounced dead on arrival. After Jamar passed, Masika made a post celebrating him and also talked about how difficult it was telling their daughter that her dad was no longer here. Masika also let the world know that their love was so strong and that she was finding it hard to move on because she was going to miss the times that they spent together and the moments that they shared as a family. I mean, everything Masika was saying was all beautiful and well put together, and it looked like the family was really rallying together to celebrate his life and give him a fitting send-off. But child, all of that changed as soon as Masika posted pictures from the homegoing. Now, pictures at a homegoing is not a problem per se, but the way Masika was taking those pictures, it came off very disrespectful. The pictures were absolutely posed. They were very staged, as if Masika knew that the cameras were there on her and her children, and she was determined to make every moment count. If you didn't know any better, you'd think that they were clips from a wedding or maybe even an upcoming Tyler Perry film or something. That's just how staged they were. And allegedly, she was also wearing those Ray-Ban Met sunglasses. And y'all already know that those pictures she posted were not only shots that she took from the homegoing, so just imagine Masika going through her camera trying to pick out the ones that looked best and the pictures that showed off their grief to the public the most. Girl, when I tell you them people was pissed, okay? The internet almost talked Masika's head off.
Those pictures that Masika posted from her husband's funeral were very cringe. And listen, I'm not the grief police, but that was very uncomfortable and awkward and just embarrassing. Now, I defended Masika in the beginning because a lot of people were saying, you know, well, her and her husband were separated, they were estranged, they weren't even together. And I feel like that's irrelevant because you are still allowed to grieve. That is somebody that she loved enough to marry, loved enough to have a child with, and even like integrate him in her, you know, first daughter's life, to the point where he even posted, you know, her other daughter on his Instagram as though, you know, that was his daughter too. So they definitely shared a bond. And so I feel like her grieving, even though they were separated, is not abnormal, right? I don't even think the fact that, you know, she was making little statuses on Instagram stories was weird, because when you lose somebody, sometimes you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do. You just want to talk. You don't want to bother anybody. Like, so I don't think that she was wrong for that. But
they were calling her fake and attention seeker, and it got a lot of people wondering if she ever loved Jamar in the first place for pulling a stunt like that. Even her husband's brother was on her neck that she didn't cry no real tears, and everything that she did for that day was merely for clout.
I know grievers ain't got time limit, but god damn. They say we grieve different. Some people cry, some people they get mad. I guess some people just jump dick to dick. I don't know. Y'all tell me. It ain't been a month, you hear me?
Still, some people were trying to give Masika some grace because people grieve in different ways, and maybe she was just trying to handle the moment the best way she could. But can you believe that even with all of that hooting and hollering she did in them pictures, she was booed up less than a week later? And out of everyone she could have come out with, she went for Chrisean Rock's recent ex, Bino, the same man who has been out here going to every podcast and interview trying to get clout off of Chrisean's mess. And let's not even get started on the age gap because Masika is 40 and Bino is 25. Ciao, please. Bino posted pictures of him and Masika all over each other, claiming that the relationship is real compared to the one that he had with Chrisean. And Masika is doubling down on it, posting clips with Bino in the studio and confirmed that the two of them were together for real and that it was no PR relationship.
How do y'all be finding each other? You found me? I was minding my business.
I ain't, no.
You didn't find me?
We got each other. I ran into you.
Oh, really? I don't keep up with nobody. I don't give a fuck about nobody. I ain't worry about nobody. I do whatever the fuck I do. Masika don't keep up with nobody.
And that's why I think we connected. We don't even watch TV.
I didn't even watch myself when I was on TV.
So, I got my wife.
Even though Masika and her husband were separated at the time of his passing, folks were still like, it's very distasteful for her to be posting and moving this way less than a month after he passed away. And even Jamar's people weren't too happy about it because Redface posted blasting Masika for being broke and doing all of this for attention. Now this is where things started to take a left turn because Redface basically confirmed what everyone else was thinking when he said, this lady came out here and made everyone's life a living hell while we were grieving our loved one. She wanted money, clout, and pictures. That's it. This whole time, Masika wasn't mourning her late husband and the father of her youngest child. Instead, she was out here milking the situation for money and clicks, pretending to care, and as soon as she was done, she was out. It was like she only showed up to stage that photo shoot. But Masika wasn't about to let Redface go off on her without a fight. She called him out for being bitter that she didn't choose him like he wanted. And the next time she spoke out about it, Masika tried to distance herself from the situation, basically saying that she didn't owe Jamar or anyone anything because they had been separated for 2 years.
Everyone knows me and my husband had been separated. That was no secret. Now, we were co-parenting, raising our daughter, both daughters. He's been very active in Kari's life since she was 9. I mean, since she's 9 now, since she was 4. I planned every single detail, everything. None of them niggas helped me. As far as the photographer, I don't know any fucking photographers in Houston. I asked Gayface if he could get me a photographer for the balloon release. Not the funeral, the balloon release. Weird ass niggas talking about she didn't cry at all. First of all, I don't have to cry. But second of all, I was crying my eyes out. And I've cried every single fucking day. I've cried more than I've ever cried in my entire life these past 33 days than I have in 33 years.
And I don't know if Masika thought that doing that was going to get people off her back because if anything, it only revealed just how unbothered she was by Jamar's passing. Most people ask for privacy when losing a loved one, but Masika decided to have a photo shoot capturing her grievances at her husband's funeral just to post on Instagram. Social media really destroyed us. What's really going on? Masika is disgusting. Even if you and your husband were separated and having problems, so she say, you still shouldn't have popped out with another man after the funeral. Bro got replaced before the grief even settled. Life don't slow down for nobody. Girl, what I want to know is, would you move like Masika? And if you would, are you also confirming that you don't think that there's anything wrong with what she did? Let me know in the comment. And while you're there, make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, baddies.